Hi guys, welcome to video 2 for this week. This is week 4. For pre-algebra, we're going to keep going with our equations, but this time we're going to have parentheses in our equations. So that means we have to do some distributing. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right in. So here we have 6 on the outside of the parentheses. We have negative 2g minus 1 on the inside. So this 6 has to multiply times negative 2g and times negative 1. Okay, so we have to distribute that to both of those numbers. So 6 times negative 2g is negative 12g. Okay, 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. So now we have negative 12g minus 6 for that side. Over here, we have a negative outside the parentheses. So that means that it's really a negative 1, and we need to distribute that negative 1 to 13g and 2. So negative 1 times 13g would be negative 13g. Negative 1 times 2 would be negative 2 or minus 2. Okay, let me see if this side works better. Now I just solve it out right like I've been doing my other equations. I get all my variables on one side and all my numbers on the other side. Can you guys see that okay? Okay, so I have negative 12g over here and negative 6 over here. I want to keep my variables over here, so I'm going to move that 6. So it's negative 6, so the inverse operation of that would be adding 6, right? So plus 6, can you see that? And plus 6 to both sides. So that cancels it over here, and I bring down my negative 12g equals negative 13g. Negative 2 plus 6 is going to be a positive 4. Okay, so that's my equation as it stands now. Okay, so now I need to get my variables from the right to the left. So this is a negative 13g. So to undo that, I'm going to add 13g to both sides, okay? So I'm going to cancel it out there. Now I have negative 12 plus 13g, so that would be just a g equals what I have left over here, 4. Okay? That simple. We're going to do one more. Let me fix this so that you guys can see it better. That's better. Okay. We'll go with this one. So now I have a negative outside the parentheses of 4 plus h equals 3h. Okay? So I'm just going to distribute that negative 1. Remember we talked about that? I think it's better if I tilt it and you guys can see it better. So negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. Negative 1 times h is negative h, right? Because we know that variables by themselves have an invisible coefficient of 1. So negative 4 minus h equals 3h. Okay, so I did my parentheses, I distributed, now I just solve it like I would any other equation. So I have numbers and variables over here and over here, so I can still just pick whatever side I want. It looks like to me it's going to be easier if I have my variables over here, so I'm going to add h to both sides. Okay, cancel it out there. This just says negative 4 over here now. Can you see all the way down here? And 3h plus h is 4h. Okay, now I just divide by 4 on both sides, and I get negative 1 equals h. Can you see that far down? Yes, you can. Okay, negative 1 equals h, or h equals negative 1. That's all it is. So when you see the parentheses, you're just distributing. Okay? I am going to put up your problems now for your assignment. Grab a pencil and a paper and write those down. If you have more questions or you want more examples, please email me and I can set you up with that. I only did 5 problems because they take a little bit of time, but basically you can see that you just distribute and then you solve for the variable. Okay, so remember to write those problems down, answer them, send them to me via email or show me on Zoom on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 and noon. Okay, thanks guys.